happens is I'm sitting up for the sit-up sweep. The sit-up here, he pushes me back. As he does, I want to slide away, and I want to bring my knees in and trap his body so that he's not jumping over. So that's the first thing, is as I slide away, my hand's going to go through, and I'll look at my hand. If I'm like this, and I try and sit back with the guillotine, as you guys already know, if I can't see my hand, I'm not going to be able to get this very effectively. So I'll slide away a little bit, bring this through, look at my hand, grip it like this, okay? And then as I pull him back here, okay, now my hand's connected here. I'm just going to slowly arch. Now, which way do I arch my body? Most people will go this way, but try it. If I have his left hand with my head, yeah, arch to your left. Okay, it makes it a little bit more decisive. So again, I'm sitting up for, the general way is I'm sitting up for the sit-up sweep, and he pushes me back, and I slide back, and I lock my knees here, so he's not going to be able to jump over. Put the hand through, I look at my hand, I lock the grip like this, I pull him back, and again, I arch to my strong side. Okay? Alright, so next move is scissor sweep, blue belt curriculum. So when I set up this, if I want to set up this grip, don't just have him grab, TP it, and this. Hand goes in the collar here, a little bit deeper for the scissor sweep. Okay? I'm going to take this leg, and I'm going to drive it down against his body really hard, and then turn like this. Bring my knee up, about mid-chest level. Sometimes you can bring it down like this, but as I bring this over, I want to turn all, this is important, all the way on my side. This won't be a scissor sweep with the position of my hips. So tell him to turn all the way to their side. Okay, now I want to kind of create a teeter-totter to get him to move. So I'm going to push. As I pull him up here, once his hips are above mine, my foot's going to drive this in, and then my knee is going to scissor this way, so like a pair of scissors. As I go here, keep this hand locked up here, and then I can start working an attack from there. So one more time. TP up here, hand in the collar, leg drives down like this. Bring the knee up here, create the teeter-totter. Once his hips go above mine, I sweep. See, I'm trying to stay tight on this as I do it. From here, and then I can start working my attack. Okay, and then sit-up sweep is the next one. So, sit-up sweep, he's put his arms down. I turn to the side like this. This is important, is when you're here, don't just tell him to turn to the side like this. One cool little trick is I turn to the side over here. Now as I sit up, I'm immediately toward his arm. Whereas if I'm here and as I sit up, so push me back, right? See? Look, if I'm here, now he pushes me back, now I've already got my hips kind of engaged, so it's a little bit harder for him to do this. So, drop, turn to the side over here, and then sit up. I cup the arm. I never like doing this for a sit-up sweep because he's just going to block with that arm as I sweep in. So try and cup the arm, lift the hips, and as I lift my hips, I want this opposite leg to be driving over to the mat. Okay, one more time. Close guard, drop my legs, sit over to the other side, turn my hips, I sit up. Once I get here, one important thing, never bring the arm behind, because if he grabs it with this opposite arm, you're going to have a broken arm. Okay? So always do this, so it saves your arm. Lift up my hips, make sure you cup this, okay, and then just drive and over to that mount position. Okay, right here, guard. Okay, I want to pass the guard. So the two things from guard passing are over the legs and under the legs. So I'm first going to grab, you can grab both collars like this and roll them like that, and then turn the fist. So that I turn the fist, because if I'm like this, now pull your knees forward, just yet. Okay, but if I turn my hand, now pull me forward. So this just allows me to brace much easier. Okay, my left hand goes, I can grab both the gi jacket and his pants here, like this. I grab and I put my elbow like this, okay, right here. So I'm like this, you know, and this is just my basic posture. I want to be sitting up straight and not be leaned forward at all. Then I'm gonna shuffle here, so the knee goes as I shuffle. My knee doesn't go under his tailbone, it basically goes right under his butt here, okay? So I don't want to shift all the way under his tailbone like that. I want to just be kind of right under his hips right there, like this. My toe is up, okay? So I'm here, I'll be driving here. This sometimes may not force him to break. So I'm going to lift up like this, driving forward, and my hand's going to move over here and push this. Okay, now as I start pushing down on this, most people try and break this, but remember, as I push down on this, I'm going to drive my hips back into this leg, like this. Okay, now as I break his guard, my knee slides through, I keep this hook, I go through, cup here, this hand comes under, I sit out to the side, I grab this over here on his leg, lift up, and go to cross body position. Okay, again, set up the gi, roll it, turn my fist, set up this grip here. I can grab his jacket and his pants here. I lock this here just to start to create pressure on his hips. Okay, make sure I have a good straight posture. I'm going to shuffle just so I'm almost just, you know, right under his hips, right under his butt here. Lift up here. Okay, now I'm going to lift up. Hand right out here on the knee. And I'm going to sit down and push back here. Lock that. Bring the knee across, but I'll keep this hook. Don't do this because otherwise we're in half guard. So keep your hook. Slide under. Grab under his armpit. Grab under the knee. Sit out, up towards his head. And then either just push him away like this, or you can, as your foot's here, I can switch and lift him up like this. And then do the cross body position. Okay, so that's over the legs, and under the legs is basically the same thing. It's a little bit more technical, or maybe the same thing, but I'm same thing here, gripping up, slide over, and I'm here, sit up, and as I sit back, as I break this, okay, once I break this, then I'm going to take this hand, my right hand, and grab this side of his lapel and bring it in, and I'm now going to push this leg to the floor, which brings up this hand, so I'll keep pushing this to the floor. It brings this up. Once the leg's on my shoulder, reach through and grab this grip. My right hand goes to his knee. I'm going to then crunch and pass the guard that way. So that's under the legs guard pass. So that's you have 5 submissions, 2 guard passes, and then and then 2 sweeps. That's it from the cross body. You guys want to, where are we at on, let's just see where we're at on time really quick.